Rapid Fire Quiz on 104.1 KRB.
All right, up for grabs. The Katy Wild West Brew Fest. Why don't you tell us about that, Ryan?
Over 600 beers on tap. I want to sample each and every one of them. Sam will be out there on the 23rd.
She will.
This is food. This is a wine grotto. This is live music. It's going to be a hootenanny you won't want to miss, according to Sam.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
A hootenanny.
A lot of fun. So get
That's
those
all
tickets.
the rave. It is all the rave.
No, all the rage. That is not a phrase. All the rage.
But it makes sense that it would be a rave.
It's a rave.
Because it's like a party.
Rage.
It's a party.
If
Like
you're
I'm
doing
raving right now.
a
Like
rave.
boots
All
and
the
pants
rage.
and boots and pants.
We're not going there and taking Molly and staying there till 6 in the morning.
March 23rd, guys. All you need to know is going to be a good time. So here we go. We've got 5 contestants on the line. One of them is going to win this based on how well we do on the rapid fire quiz for them. We are not letting them play. We play.
And I'm going for a three-peat.
They are at our mercy.
Ugh, Eric's being cocky.
That's I'm going for it. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. The chance of
playing
this
out.
is very slim. I have 4 people gunning for me.
Priscilla is playing along with Eric. Jessica is playing along with Special K. Lydia is playing along with Sam. Mario is playing along with me. And is it Melina? Melina is with Ahmad. Melina. That was a character.
That's Miranda.
No, that was a character in one of the Bridget Fonda movies you all don't know about.
A big fan. No point in another turn.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. What's the order we're going to
The order will be this morning, since Eric won last week. He'll be the last to go. So it'll start off with Kevin, followed by Sam, Ahmad, Roula, and then Eric.
Cool.
Okay.
And then we have 75 seconds for
Yeah,
the
the first round is a little bit longer, 75 seconds. Subsequent rounds are 60 seconds. So are you guys ready?
I don't know.
Maybe not sometimes.
I know. I need more coffee.
My
Can we
ears
take a
hurt.
break and then come back?
No, Sam and I need to blow our
I gotta
nose.
stretch my legs.
Who am I playing for? Lydia, can she just play in for me?
No, that's not how it
Why
works.
don't I have the callers play this time instead of us?
Could you imagine
Mario, it's up to you.
how messy that would be?
Yes.
Oh, man.
awful.
It'd be great.
Well, at least the callers wouldn't gloat so much.
No.
True. They'd just be happy and
Because they can't win back to back.
Okay, let's start the game. Let's go.
All right, Kevin, here we go.
You have to wait 90 days. That's why, guys.
That's
In
true.
3, 2, 1. Kevin, she played Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada. Sam, Brian the dog is a character on this Seth MacFarlane cartoon. Ahmad,
Oh my
a
gosh,
sudden
God.
panicked rush of animals in one direction.
A stampede.
Roula, cookies made from egg whites, sugar, almonds, and coconut.
Sugar cookies, almond and coconut. I don't know what the hell that
Eric,
is.
he recently returned to host The Daily Show.
Jon Stewart.
Kevin, he played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones.
That hot guy.
Sam, a piece of music sung by 2 performers. Ahmad,
my gosh.
pop star involved in a $15 million tax fraud scandal.
Madonna.
Roula, a cartoon movie
Kira.
with a tap dancing penguin.
Oh, penguins.
No.
Eric, a group of cars pulled by a locomotive.
What?
A group of cars pulled by a locomotive.
Train.
Kevin, a funny animated show.
A cartoon.
Sam, he played Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. Ahmad, Houston Mall located off 249 and FM 1960.
Girl, I don't know highways.
Roula, bald action star of the Transporter movies.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, you got it.
giving
You
her
got it
that.
right on the buzzer. Yes, you got
Okay,
it on the buzzer.
I have penguins on the mind, but it was Happy
my
Feet.
gosh.
Missed
Happy
everything.
Feet.
Said,
Happy Feet.
penguins.
Okay, so here's what we
Penguins is
missed.
a movie. It's so good.
Here's what we
That
missed.
was-
Oh my God,
Miranda
Penguins is
Priestley
so good.
was Meryl Streep.
Yes.
Brian the dog is on the Family Guy.
Family Guy.
The cookies made from egg white, sugar, almonds, and
What's that?
coconut, a macaroon.
Oh.
Tough.
That one was tough.
No, I knew
John
that
Stewart
one.
host. Oh, you got that one.
Eric got that.
Kit Harington is the star of John's. Stars as Jon Snow in
And
Game
2
of
people
Thrones.
singing is a
Never
duet.
got that.
Duet.
A duet.
Shakira is the pop star involved in the
Yeah.
$15 million
I knew that,
tax
too.
fraud. Happy Feet. I think that's all you missed. Oh, Chris Pratt is Star-Lord in
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Willowbrook Mall is off 249 in 1960.
Yeah, Willowbrook.
I don't know
Oh.
highways.
All right,
I'm
so
sorry.
Sam's out. No
Lord.
points. No points. Sam.
Sam's
one,
out.
one,
I gotta
one, 2.
pick.
Nobody. Was it 2? Oh, 2 go
You're
off.
taking
Yeah.
that too.
Because there was a 3-way tie with 1 point.
Goodbye, Roula.
Always eliminating the most competitive
Yeah.
one.
Oh, Roula's
Oh,
gone.
man.
No cheer. Last time I kept you in.
And
I won.
You paid for it.
I beat you, but barely.
Burley.
Barely.
Okay, so
So I
Sam
ain't
is
doing that
out
again.
and Roula's out.
Okay.
Now, who was the last to go?
Me.
I go
So
first.
Eric will go
Jason
first.
Statham.
Wow,
That's my
getting
answer.
the two women out in women's history.
Because he doesn't want to be beat by a woman.
A woman beat me up.
No,
nice ladies, go
back to
the kitchen.
Well, the kitchen doesn't
say
work.
that, no.
She didn't know the recipe for macaroons. So.
Oh my God. The kitchen to me is in pickleball. I don't know what you're talking about, but the kitchen and pickleball is where it happens.
Nah.
Don't get in the kitchen.
Oh, snap.
You know, just for that, you should be disqualified because that was a total
Go
joke.
sit in the
statement.
corner.
You guys are the ones that said women shouldn't be
No,
in the,
no, you
should be in
can't
the
pile
kitchen.
on like that because then it gets real snarko because you mean it. We all know you. This is the man who calls his wife the dishwasher, by the way.
I did it one time as a
How do you
joke.
turn on the dishwasher? He said you touch your boobs. This was the actual line from this man.
I said it to my wife as a joke.
Yeah.
I did the dishes.
Later when he gets home.
did.
Later when he gets home, she's gonna have her purse open. He'll just put his parts in there and be like, "Close the purse, get out of here."
Oh, those been gone long. Long time ago.
Oh, here we
All
go,
right.
round two.
So it is Eric, Kevin, and an Ahmad.
Yep.
That's how it works.
60 seconds. I got it.
All right, here we
do
go.
it.
In 3, 2, 1. Eric, actress who starred in Modern Family and Netflix's Griselda.
Sofia Vergara.
Kevin, what president's face is on the dime?
Hamilton.
Ahmad, name of the Houston freeway that goes east to west that connects Katy to Baytown.
What did I just tell you? I don't know.
No.
Eric, film studio that produced Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig.
Warner Brothers.
Kevin, a small piece of plastic used to strum a guitar.
Pick.
Ahmad, what car company slogan is the ultimate driving machine?
Ford?
Eric, a movie where a brain, a jock, and delinquent get detention. Kevin, a contest where cowboys show their skills.
A rodeo.
Ahmad, Native American friend of the Lone Ranger. Eric, who provides the voice for Shrek.
Mike Myers.
Kevin, Iceman and Goose were characters in this movie.
Top Gun.
Ahmad, the wick you light at the end of a stick of dynamite.
A fuse.
Yes. Eric, a sword-like blade attached to a rifle.
Oh, wow.
Time,
That thing.
time,
Okay,
time.
bayonet,
Bayonet, that's it.
All right,
bayonet.
3-3 tie for Kev
So
and
you
Eric.
guys
3-3
missed
tie.
a lot here.
I-10 for Ahmad. BMW for Ahmad.
It's
Tonto
I-10.
for Ahmad.
Yes, and the president's face in
Tonto.
a dime is FDR.
FDR.
Dang.
It's Hamilton on the
Fuse
$10
is
bill.
the wick. Okay, yeah, you got that.
Okay, what's that highway again?
I-10.
I-10.
I-10. Okay, cool. Now
Katy
I
to
know.
Baytown.
Katy Freeway is I-10.
I just get on the road and vibe.
That is the widest freeway in all of the
my
US
God.
of A. The
Widest?
widest freeway.
The stretch.
Widest.
Widest.
I-10
Okay.
in Gessner is the widest stretch.
It's like,
What's another word for wide?
Oh, you
It's
thought you
the
said,
widest.
We thought you said
Wide.
white.
White.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it's a
that's
bunch
the
of white.
whitest. It's the whitest
That's what it
freeway.
was like. I've never been on that road.
Wide.
They painted it white. It's very white. Right.
W-I-D-E.
All right, so Ahmad, you're out. Eric
Boo.
is.
It's okay. Come sit over here. I'm having
Yeah,
fun.
to go.
It's comfortable over here in the ladies' corner
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
apparently we're supposed to be washing dishes.
Yep.
You're sitting there scratching your head because you can't scratch your balls.
God,
What in the
I might steal
world?
that one.
Don't
I saw
steal
that on TV the other day. I didn't come up with it on my own.
Oh,
Funny guy.
National Women's Month are being sexist pigs.
We're,
Hey, at least I'm off the.
on.
No,
All right, we gotta get
you,
this
not
going.
me.
We gotta get this going.
Okay.
Who was the last to go?
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't. Let's.
Who
I
had
think
the last
Ahmad-
question?
Ahmad did.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Eric, we
did.
start with you and then go to Kevin.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Eric, in 2006, which NSYNC member revealed he was gay?
Lance Bass.
Kevin, corn kernels that burst into white fluffy food when heated.
Popcorn.
Eric, long-eared animal that looks like a large rabbit.
Jackrabbit.
Kevin, what candy uses the slogan "Taste like a rainbow"?
Skittles.
Eric, he directed The Dark Knight and Oppenheimer.
Chris Nolan.
Kevin, water in the state of gas.
Vapor.
Eric, a person who only respects great wealth and high social position. Kevin, who played Clarice in Silence of the Lambs?
Anthony Hopkins.
No. Eric, unable to physically feel.
Numb.
Kevin, which park in Houston is one of the largest parks in America?
Memorial.
Eric, small circular plate covering a hole on a street.
Manhole cover.
Kevin, Christopher Waltz played Hans Landa in this Tarantino movie. Eric, a female horse, donkey, or zebra.
Mare.
Kevin, famous.
Time. One, two,
Eric
three,
has got a
four, five.
three-piece.
1, 2, 3. Oh, man.
Yes.
All right. So what do you guys
Roula has
miss?
left the building.
A long-eared animal
because
that looks
of
like a large
Eric.
rabbit is a hare.
Oh, hair.
A person
Hair
who
and mirror.
only respects great wealth and high social position is a snob. Jodie Foster played Clarice,
Yeah,
not
duh.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, he's really
I
good
just
actor.
hear him saying hello, Claire.
Unable to physically feel as
Nice.
numb. And I think
You
that's
got that one right.
Inglorious Bastards was the Tarantino movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a great
okay.
movie.
Well, Priscilla wins. Coming up next, we're
Yeah,
doing Roula's
baby.
relationship roulette.
Three-peat,
Here's
by
the
the way.
question.
You didn't even give him his victory
I'm not
song.
even-
No, move on, move
not even-
on.
We're
I'm
not-
busy doing dishes over here.
Yeah, we're doing dishes. It's too late.
And cleaning the floor.
Coming up next,
Oh, leave it-
we want you to
can't
call
do
us
it
at
right,
713-390-KRBE. Are you married to a sexist pig?
Yeah.
And you're ready to divorce
we
him?
need to hear you divorce him right now.
713-390-KRBE.
Or are you on
You've
sore
had
loser?
it. You've had it, and you're done
Yep.
with the jokes that aren't jokes. Because, a joke is not a joke. It's how they really feel. Let's have a little tree of
Oh,
trust.
there's
moment.
truth
Oh,
behind
God.
every
Now
joke
we got
is
a
what
bunch
they
of losers
say.
here. Bunch of baby losers. Sorry, Kev.
Bunch of babies.
You're not a loser.
Loser.
He can't play his victory song if Sam, a woman, doesn't play it.
Nope,
So
not
we're
playing
doing Roula's relationship roulette next.
Are we gonna be on time when we do it? We're late.
KRBE. Well, we're late because you won't shut up about your song.
No, we're
How about
late.
that? Let's go to
Where's
break.
my song? Winner.
4.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan show. So there are people out there that have been engaged for such a long time. And the question is, do you still even want to do it? Have you lost interest in this?
Now listen, we've talked to people
Does it mean
before.
lost interest in that person or just
Or
the
the
whole?
wedding in general?
No, I think if you want to, you
it could
realize
be
you don't
both,
want to
I
marry
guess.
this person.
That's what I was thinking.
You don't want to marry this person. 713-390-KRBE. In the past on this show, we have almost made it a blanket statement that if you're engaged for longer than, I think it was 2 years, but let's say 3, are you serious about getting married?
I don't even think
Like,
you're
what do you-
engaged. If it's been
what are
3
you
years,
engaged for
you're
3 years for?
You're not really engaged if it's been 3 years.
I could see 2.
When's if you don't have the money for a wedding, though?
That's what I'm saying.
And you want to
Saving
get
up for-
engaged. Yeah.
Then you just elope, and it doesn't cost anything.
No, you want to actually
but-
have a wedding.
right.
But if you
No,
really
that
want to be
doesn't solve
married, though,
anything.
if you
Yeah.
really want to be married, and it's just money keeping you back,
There are ways around that.
Right.
there's ways
Okay,
to do
let's
things.
put a should we put an age limit
BFW?
on it then?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you are over the age of 30 and you're engaged longer than 3 years, are you serious about this engagement? Or should we say 35?
Yeah, if you're in your 30s, then you got stuff going on in your life. You ain't got time to run off and get married somewhere. You're trying to make that money to get that wedding
When you
going.
think the older you get, the shorter the engagement?
Say it again?
The
Yeah.
older you are, probably the shorter the
Like
engagement.
if you're 44,
You know what you
Oh,
want.
yeah, because you know what you want.
if it's
You-
like your third marriage or something, of course, then
Unfortunately, though, we have talked to people who've been married like 6 times, and they got married like well into their 40s and 50s, and maybe they should have given
we
it
had
more
somebody
time.
that was married 7 times.
yeah, that you're
on the
married 6
listener
times.
line.
That means there's like 6 people out there that hate your guts.
You don't necessarily. Do you have to hate your ex? You don't hate your
The
ex-wife.
chances are no.
One
but-
person texted, the first problem is absurdly long engagements. What is that? Oh, here's Kimberly on the
See,
line.
it only takes one. Let's see what happens.
713-390-KRBE. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How you
Morning.
doing?
We're feeling
Awesome.
good. How are you commenting on this? Because you lived it or you saw it getting lived out in
So-
somebody in your circle?
I lived it. So I had a boyfriend, and this was probably when I was like 22 or so. I had a boyfriend who took me to Paris and proposed to me overlooking the Eiffel Tower. And
Romantic.
I knew that I did not want to get married to him, but it was the first day of the trip. So, like, I didn't want to ruin the rest of the trip.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was rough. So,
course it's
but
like
I
that.
said yes. We enjoyed our trip, and then when we came back, I told him I wanted to enjoy our engagement privately before we shared it with the rest of the family.
Oh,
So,
no,
we-
Kimberly. When you say don't
We-
tell him we're engaged, that is a huge red flag.
Yep.
yeah, I know, right? You would have thought that he would have realized it, but
Oh, man.
and my mom even visited us when we were in Paris, and I took off my ring and was like, "Don't tell her."
What?
And so we didn't tell any of our friends or
man.
family for like 6 months.
Was he asking you
If
every
you're telling
day?
somebody, don't
Hold on.
tell your family and friends that you're
Yeah.
engaged, that is a huge
Was
red
he,
flag.
Was he asking you for 6 months? Like, please, you want to do it today?
Yeah.
You want to put it on Facebook today? Can we do a whole Instagram thing? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Or was he just kind of
He didn't
watching
really
you? Like,
push it.
really?
What
No,
were the
he
what were the
never
6
pushed
months?
it.
Were the 6 months over holidays? Like Because if it started like
6 months, like I think we got engaged in like December or something like that. And we lived together and everything. And then I planned to get a job in a different state, and I moved away, and that helped end the engagement.
I'd say.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let's roll it back.
my gosh.
How long, Kimberly, did you say you were dating this person before the trip to Paris where he proposed?
I think we were dating for 2 years.
Wow. So he definitely thought you would have said yes.
Yeah, that was.
And you only said yes because it was the first day of the trip and you didn't want to
wreck the trip.
Sam
That's
would do
all.
that.
vacation. Wow. So then eventually when you moved away, I mean, you literally like took a job out of town to escape engagement. When you moved away, how long after that did it all fizzle out? Or did you have the talk of this is just not going to work for us?
No, it fizzled like maybe like 2 months or something. And
Did you have the talk, though? Like you say, hey, I think we should split?
I mean, it was so long. I'm 36 or 37 now. So,
Did you ghost him or phase him out?
No, we phased each other out, I think, because I moved. He was hurt that I had like moved and left him.
Why did he move with you?
Yeah, because he thinks you're getting married.
Yeah, if y'all are engaged, he should move with you.
Did you move to Houston or did?
No, I was living with him in South Carolina, and then I moved to Georgia for a job.
So, in the end, did you keep the ring or did you give it back knowing you should have never had it in the first place?
Yeah, so it was a beautiful ring. So I offered to give it back to him and told him that he could use it to like get money or whatever, and he never did. And so I said, if you're not going to sell this ring, then I'll keep it. And so I gave it back to him, and he never sold it. So I drove to him. He had moved to Virginia, and I got back the ring, and I still have it. And I'm planning on breaking it down for my nieces for like a special like gift when they get older to have nice diamonds.
Are you married now, Kimberly?
No, I have a partner that we've been together for 4 years, and we don't plan on getting married, but it's a great relationship.
So you were just basically,
it worked out.
You were sour to the whole idea of marriage in the first place.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was more interested in it when I was younger, but once I got engaged, I mean, that definitely.
How old were you? How old were you when the engagement happened?
22?
You said 22.
Yeah, it was like 22.
Because
yeah,
people are just totally shocked that you let it go for 6 months, knowing you just were not into this at all. We were living together, and I had just like graduated, and so I needed time to find a job, and I couldn't just like.
you needed money to have your exit plan.
Yeah, it was money.
I can't believe you gave you the ring back. I
That's
been like,
wild.
Like, you're not going to get this ring.
And you drove to go get it.
Well, she's the one that's breaking up with him.
That's what I'm saying. Why would
if somebody gives you a ring and they break up with you, they should give that ring back.
Exactly. And she did. But then he said,
I did.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she didn't do anything with it. It's weird that you knew he didn't do anything with it, because I would think I would have just cut ties.
Yeah, how'd you know?
And how'd you know he was still hanging on to it for you to ask for it back and get it back?
Still in love with her.
So it was like very soon, like we probably broke up the engagement like after 2 months of me moving. Mm-hmm. And then I drove up there during my like Thanksgiving break. That's what it was. It was during my Thanksgiving break. And so it wasn't much long after he had gotten the ring back that I drove up to get it.
Do you know if he ever remarried or ever got married, or is he still pining for you?
I don't know. I'm curious, but I don't use social media, and I don't think he does either. So we're not in contact.
Wow, and you're 36?
Two people off the grid. Wow.
No social media.
Well, listen, we asked you the call. You definitely gave us the call, Kimberly. Thanks so much for listening to the Roula and Ryan Show. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
You as well. Take care, y'all.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Just real quick, I got to talk to Mary because we were talking about long engagements. The question is, if you're just tuning in for Roula's Relationship Roulette, are you engaged for a long time? And now you don't even want to get married to the person anymore. You want to call it off, but you don't know how. Mary has been engaged for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
7 years.
Mary, are you still engaged now, or you were engaged at one point?
No, we're still engaged.
Okay. Do you want to marry this person?
Well, see, we've both been married before, and so... we got engaged, we lived together, we're each other's person. But I don't know. I guess I just feel like marriage is more of a society pressure, for people to meet that milestone. You don't have to be married to be happy.
How do you introduce him? Do you just say, this is my husband? Or do you say my fiance still 7 years later? Or
sometimes I say, this is my dude. Sometimes I say fiance. Sometimes I say husband.
Did you guys?
Then you guys are common law.
Like, are y'all working on any kind of plan to get married, or it just was about, hey, I'll just wear your ring to show that we're committed to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. When he proposed to you, was it one of those like surprise, exciting moments, or do y'all just talk about it like, well, you've been married, I've been married. I don't really want to break up with you, Chief, but here, wear this ring. Like, how was it romantic engagement, exciting engagement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kids were there. That's all that. But, we've talked about it before and after, and it's like, why, put more pressure on it to be married.
Do you need that stuff to be married, though, for medical stuff?
Yeah, don't you have to be for you to be like the person that's allowed in the hospital room? God forbid there's a medical emergency. Is that allowed?
Okay, I had to deal with that situation. You can just get medical power of attorney through Legal Zoom.
I was wondering if you
could. There's a whole bunch of ways.
Yeah,
in the eyes of the state of Texas, y'all are married anyhow. You're common law married.
How many
years? If you refer to each other as husband and
if you
wife?
refer in public to each other as husband and wife, and you live together, you're common law.
Is there how many years?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
That may be true, but again, we just.
They file separately.
I feel like and for a lot of women, it's, it's a milestone that you have to reach by a certain age, or you have to have kids by a certain age, and that's not.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't feel pressure. You should do it because you want to do it, and if you don't, then don't.
I like you're so chill.
Yeah,
that's my dude.
So in your world, Mary, you're engaged for a long time, but you don't want to get out of it. You just don't want to get married. You just want to stay engaged.
Yeah,
indefinitely. Got it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I just told you when you're married.
I tell me before, you have to get married if you're engaged. You have to get.
Does he wear a ring though? Because you have a ring on. Does he wear a ring, or does he walk around like a single guy and nothing on his hands?
Oh, good point.
That's a no?
I don't think he has a ring.
If you don't know if he's got a ring, then he clearly doesn't have one.
Very relaxed. It's a relaxed situation.
But as long as you guys are on the same
page, so.
That's good.
Yeah,
you're on the same page.
Yeah.
My dad has been with his girlfriend for 22 years, and they never got married because they've both been married, and they never got engaged either. They're like, we've been through that. We don't need to do it again. We're committed.
In their hearts, they're already husband and wife.
This texter said she's turning 30. Gosh, where'd that text go? Did you see it? 35 in 2 weeks. She will have been engaged for 3 years on her birthday. Her fiance has been married before and would love to elope, but she has never been married before, and she wants the whole thing. They also had a baby last year, which delayed the planning, and that is why they haven't gotten married yet. The question is, are you going to get married? Because once the baby comes into play...
Maybe you can wait till he or she's walking.
Yeah, they can be ring bearer, flower girl.
Flower boy,
you know what the trend is in my parents' home country for the last 5 years, because it's been such a terrible economic time? You do not get married first. You have your baby first, then you plan your wedding, then you have the baby's christening and the wedding day on the same day, so you can knock out the party with one bill.
That's a lot of pressure.
Nice.
That is a big deal. They actually have cards now in the Hallmark stores in Greece that are baby carriages and wedding rings on the same card, like to celebrate your wedding day and your baby's baptism.
Consolidating.
That is like a big thing because of the economic situation. They just can't afford both parties, right? I wonder if other countries do that. I don't know. Anybody do that here? Do we have a Hallmark card for that?
I've never seen it before.
With the baby carriage and the wedding cake?
Let's go look.
I don't know. Let's go look at the Hallmark store.
I think there's a shotgun in there somewhere.
Y'all go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT. That is 8368 on your phone. Ever since the movie 50 Shades of Grey came out, we learned of the intimacy coordinator on the set. We had never heard of this before. The person that's supposed to kind of coach you for the intimate
That should be an
scenes.
SNL skit.
Intimacy coach?
There are a lot of actresses that we've seen in intimate moments on screen that never had such a person, and they're speaking out about it. We'll talk about it in Scoop next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From Hollywood to H-Town.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop
on KRVE.
All right, so we were talking a little bit about, remember back when 50 Shades of Grey became a movie, and all these people had read the book, and they're like, oh, I can't wait for this movie. There was so much drama based around that movie, because Dakota Johnson was cast as the original character for her role, but it was the guy from Sons of Anarchy. What was his name again?
Charlie Hunnam was supposed to be the original Christian Grey. Christian Grey. Christian Grey.
But then because
he dropped out of the project because he had to focus on Sons of Anarchy.
Right. So they got Jamie Dorner, and it was really like a Fast and Furious. Like, even for us as people who are totally removed from Hollywood, it felt so fast and rushed that I was like, this can't win. How can this win? How can Dakota Johnson go from having to get her mental state that she's going to do all these very intimate scenes with Christian Grey, but it was Charlie Hunnam. No. Forget that guy. You're going to do this guy now. And you're like, oh, okay, well, nice to meet you. We're going to get naked
now. You got to be naked with somebody else.
The chemistry's good.
Like that. Right. So that's the first time we ever heard of an intimacy coach. An intimacy coach? What is that? Well, they had to have one on set for the sake of, and they also had one for Bridgerton. Bridgerton had intimacy coach for the first season of Bridgerton.
Now,
Daphne and...
I think everybody has to have one now. I think it's like part of the
HR
contract.
code. Yeah.
So Kate Winslet is a seasoned actor in Hollywood, Academy Award winner, superstar, Rose DeWitt Bukater forever.
She's awesome.
From Titanic. And, back in her day, 20 years ago, these were not even a thought. And she said that when you're young, you're so afraid of pissing people off or coming across as rude or pathetic because you might need things like an intimacy coach or someone to help you with that. So learning to have a voice for oneself in those environments was very, very hard. She said the intimacy coordinators that are around now, God, it would have been nice to have somebody in your corner. When she was coming up as an actress, because she always had to stand up for herself, and then you get a name like, oh, well, you're being a diva because you want what now? Well, I mean, you're asking me to get naked in front of 45 strangers. I'm a diva because I asked you to tell people who don't necessarily need to be here to leave.
For 6 hours.
Exactly. She said, I don't like that camera angle. I don't want to stand here full frontal nude. I don't want this many people in the room. I want my dressing gown to be closer. Things like that. Like, meaning like, where is the dressing gown?
Yeah.
So as soon as the scene is over, you can just grab it and cover yourself.
Right.
Oh, you put it all the way over there. Also, think about this, Sam. Probably a bunch of more men were on that set than women. And it's not what you think. When you're a guy, you're not thinking. I mean, every day men prove to themselves and to their own shock that you don't understand how we have to think about it constantly 24/7. Your daughters have to think about it 24/7. I say this over and over again. When I have a ponytail on or I see a girl running in Memorial Park with a ponytail, I always think of the yank of the ponytail. Women have been attacked by getting yanked by their ponytail. This is things that men never have to think about. So if you're in a set full of men and you're naked and you're doing this scene and you're trying to be professional, but a guy is in charge of whatever your wardrobe is, the dressing gown is like way over there.
Yeah.
Hey, can you just put it like right here? It's little things like that Kate Winslet was talking about. An intimacy coach would have been in charge of that.
I think they've been around for a while. Like 17 years ago, I was on that cheesy soap opera Passions, and the scene I had to pull a woman's
tablecloth off,
and she was supposed to be naked underneath it. I'll show you the video, Sam. It's hilarious. And it was very coordinated, but she was very uncomfortable. And she was wearing a body sock underneath it. You see far more at the beach than you did on that set. But she demanded that they clear the set. They cleared the set. There was a cameraman, and there was us actors on the stage, and that was it. And that was 17 years ago.
Yeah, because here's the very, really just, I don't know the word I'm looking to use. It's the maddening thing. We, in our roles as radio personalities, have been on sets of television shows or news or things like that. And there are a lot of people around there minding their own business because they have their business of the day. And they would be bothered that you're asking them to walk away because I'm not even paying attention to you. Well, it's not about what your job is right now. It's about what this job in front of the camera is right now. And this scene has to be amazing. And it can't be amazing if I feel like there's a bunch of people in here that don't need to be staring at my thighs and my butt and my boobs.
And how do you think guys would feel too?
And I bet a lot of guys would feel nervous probably didn't speak up either.
You can't tell if women are excited, but you could tell if that guy got excited in that scene. So that's tough for that guy too.
Yeah, I feel like it's we just expect it now because TV and movies have gone so extreme in the scenes for that stuff.
Like Kate Winslet, why did she need it in Titanic?
That didn't add anything to the scene.
So he drew her boob.
He drew her.
He could have just drawn her holding a
it
sheet.
didn't add to the movie.
Yeah.
Well, she would be harder to draw because you got to do a lot of
all the contouring.
Look, the sketch that Jack Dawson sketched of her is the premise of the movie because they find the sketch in that safe. They put it on the news, and old Rose Season says, that's me. I'm the woman in the picture. But to your point, Eric, she didn't have to be naked, but in the storyline, he talked about sketching prostitutes in France for 10 cents or whatever it was. And then she gives him the 10 cents and says, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Why would it's in rap songs, and people always say it when they're naked.
I want you to draw
Or maybe
me.
I just do, but
Or like, you know what's funny?
I can't remember
There's
last time I said that.
There's a line also, Sam, where she was like, "Put your hands on me, Jack."
Oh.
The part when they're in the
I
car,
don't
"Put your
remember
hands
that
on me,
part.
Jack."
Yeah, I just
when
remember,
they're being sought after, when the rich guy is looking for them.
Yeah.
But they go down into that tunnel where the cargo is. She goes, "I want you to put your hands on me, Jack."
Do you think if they would have been successful together, that
No.
if they were
Once
together?
they get off the
I feel
boat,
they're different classes.
Well, they're 17-year-old kids that you realize.
Had she not
She's like 17.
Well, back then, though,
selfishly
they-
not let him
they
on the
get married.
door
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he had lived?
they wouldn't have made it.
I
They
mean, deep down,
probably-
she's like, well, maybe, you know.
They probably would have made it, but they would have been like, "We had our life on the run as Rugrats around the world. We didn't have an address."
How many people have
we didn't
had
have an
like
address.
a vacation fling
Ever
and it
since-
didn't go anywhere?
Ever since Speed 2, it's kind of ruined me on
Yeah, you
movies
thought they
with-
were in love at the end?
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. I'm like, oh, they survived it. They're together. And then you saw 2.
What was the
and they
storyline in 2? Because I
separated.
never saw 2. I
Two
actually
was
never saw all
an
of
out-of-control
1. I just know it's about the
cruise
boss.
ship.
But he couldn't put up with.
But why
can't
was
stop
Jason
the cruise
Patrick
ship.
not? Why
I
was
love
not
that
Keanu
one.
Reeves in that?
Keanu didn't want to do it. It was a crap script.
No, but what did they say in the.
Yeah, what was
in
the storyline where
they
he
just
is?
broke up. They didn't say he was dead or anything. They just said they broke
I
up.
wonder what the line is, though.
I
What
can't remember what it was.
All it takes is one line for her to say
Yeah.
something about him.
Right. Because in Born Identity,
He gets seasick.
He gets seasick.
And I met this other guy.
Born Identity, he
He
has
really
that girl
hates
he likes.
Dramamine, you know, so yeah, we had to end it.
Can't do Dramamine. Anyway, so intimacy coaches. Does your workplace need one? God, that's what do you do for a
Oh, yeah,
living?
once they had that, yeah.
What is intimacy?
What would anyone have that for?
I have no idea. In a regular world outside of acting?
No, there was
An
no
intimacy
reason.
coach? No, I don't think so.
No.
Because an intimacy
You're not
coach
supposed
is
to be
teaching
that
you how
kind
to,
of
is
intimate.
coaching you on
I think-
intimacy.
Well, we've talked to people that they go in there and they watch you guys have relations.
Well, that's
People that have
different.
marriage problems.
Yes.
Oh,
there's
you mean like a
therapist.
sex surrogate? Sex surrogate?
maybe
or
that's-
No, surrogate's different.
Sex therapist.
A therapist that
Maybe.
gets in the
Yeah, the surrogate.
the surrogate gets in there.
Let me step in
That's
here
not
for
watching.
you.
Yeah, that's
the deal.
participating.
Let me get her done.
Yeah.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Did y'all see this over the weekend, like the social media of the coffin on the beach at Galveston?
No.
I saw it yesterday, but I didn't see a picture of the actual coffin.
Yeah, there's a coffin. So
What?
it was all staged, okay? So it was to drum up hysteria,
I'm
confusion,
disappointed.
and
What, a
business.
coffin showed up on Stuart Beach or something? Or what?
They just showed a picture. Nobody actually really saw it and said, oh, and it was like, this was supposed to be on Galveston, this coffin on the beach. So here's what it is. It was all a stunt to gain attention for Haunted Harbor Tours. So this post was
Good
shared
marketing.
on...
We're talking about it.
It was
Yeah.
shared on Sunday. It got at least 3,000 comments, more than 1,200 shares. But the Haunted Harbor Tours start on Friday. And if you want information about this, visit BaywatchDolphinTours.com. So it's something they're doing, Haunted Harbor Tours.
Looks like it's
Fun
gonna be
fact.
nice down there.
Yeah,
Next week
it
during
does.
spring break.
Oh,
Stuff
good.
for people to do.
Fun fact, I did not know that we have dolphin tours in Galveston because I never saw that we have those.
They even have that crazy boat down there.
Which one?
The one that goes fast, the speedboat.
Yeah, down where we all met for Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Right there.
Is it like the
Yes.
Boardwalk Beast?
Kind of like that.
Yes, but I think it's smaller.
On the
They have
pier
dolphin
side.
tours right there. You get on the boats there for dolphin
Okay,
tours.
yes,
and
I
then
saw that.
And then they have that boat that takes you out there and have some fun.
So the dolphin tour that we wasted money on when we went to Orange Beach last summer, me and my family did not see one dolphin in 2 hours. We were like begging to get off that
You
boat.
could definitely see him in Galveston.
I just could have just gone to Galveston to do it.
But here's the
and then
thing.
when I
you
seen
see 'em.
dolphins.
Yes, they it's harder to see him because the water's not clear.
Murky.
The water wasn't clear there either because we were on the bay side of this beach area and
Wait
it
a
was not
second.
clear.
Is there a dolphin under that oil slick?
They like to porpoise on the front of ships. A ship will push a wave, and the dolphins ride that wave.
They do it on
I learned
purpose?
that in Titanic,
Yeah, they
Kevin.
porpoise.
When
They do
they
it-
look down and Jack and his friend were seeing the dolphins jump the waves. That's when I learned that.
Yeah, it's a really
That's
neat
Titanic.
experience to hang over and
That's
look,
awesome.
Your little friends down there,
That's
like
pretty
little
cool.
puppy dogs following you.
Really?
It's cool.
They're
That's
saying goodbye,
awesome.
then they welcome you back to
And then they get a basketball and they do tricks over their
Is that
noses.
your porpoise voice? Like on SpongeBob, have you ever watched that? The ee. That's also how they swear on SpongeBob.
Oh,
If
yeah,
they say
yeah.
a bad word, they make the porpoise noise.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I've got to watch this show, I guess. I've never
It is
watched one
hilarious.
episode, but I can't
mean,
get into it.
I
My
don't
daughter
think you're
grew up
missing
on
out.
that, and it was the one cartoon I could watch with
Your
her.
kids would like it.
It's funny.
MJ would laugh at it.
Y'all teased me about penguins earlier, but I'm telling y'all never heard that movie. I know somebody out there knows penguins. It's the spinoff to Madagascar, and John Malkovich is the villain, and Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, and he's so fun. Just the whole thing. You guys have got to. You
That's
guys
one we
will
always
watch it, but
says something about his. He
What?
says celebrity names.
yes, he goes Drew, Barry, more throttle, where he'll say like, Nicholas, cage them.
Yeah, cage them up. Yeah,
it's just funny,
Never saw
like
that one.
adult jokes that they hide in kid. It's just funny.
Like you wouldn't see it as an adult, but
cheesy
kids.
dipples.
Well,
I
you
want
would
some
like
cheesy
that in
dipples.
SpongeBob because they put funny things in there, funny references. Like,
yeah, but I wouldn't watch it by myself.
They always insinuate that maybe Squidward is of the gay
you
persuasion.
dated a guy and you went over to his house and he was like,
he has SpongeBob T-shirts and backpacks.
And he's just watching that and eating cereal.
Sam's out.
I'm like, oh god, this guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
coming up next, closure happened today, and it was a bit controversial afterwards.
Yeah.
You got to hear what we mean. It had to do with a funeral and love connection.
Oh, yeah.
And just wait for it. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.